Hey everyone, Duster here. So for my next video, I wanted to sort of take a step back. I know that in our first set of videos that we've been releasing here for the last month and a half or so, we've kind of just jumped right into a lot of the content in there. And although in a couple of my videos I reference and show Articulate Rise, I don't go into a ton of detail in there. So that's what I wanted to do today. With this video here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and demonstrate exactly how to bring your vibe-coded code into Articulate Rise. And we'll do it step by step. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. If you guys are ready, let's go ahead and let's vibe. Okay, first thing we're going to do is open up our project file. This is project file, projects in Rise. In this project file, we have two files that we'll be working with today, single file template and multi-file template. If we look at the single file template, you'll see that index.html is an all-in-one file. So it will have our HTML, our CSS, and our JavaScript all together. Now, if you enable the preview pane, you will see on the right-hand side a preview of that index file. Keep in mind the button Click Me will not work because in this preview, it does not run the JavaScript for us. Now, if we go back and we open up our multi-file template, you will see that we have all three of the files. We have our index, which looks the same, and you will see that we have a JavaScript and a CSS file. Now, one of the reasons you would use this multi-file template is because an all-in-one file can sometimes get really, really big and be really difficult to work with. So by breaking it down into the three individual pieces, you can edit just what is needed. This is also really helpful because sometimes when you're using an AI tool to vibe code it, it can start to change things and you can lose track of where everything's going really quickly. Now, as you can see, we can preview the HTML file. Notice that we also have the modal content here. Notice that when we preview, we can still see all of the content. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a couple code blocks. The first one, we're going to upload the single file. And the second one, we're going to put together the three separate files, and we're going to upload those. Inside of Rise, I have a Rise file, and we've just got a couple headings. The single file, which is the all-in-one, and the multi-file, which is all three of them separately. So let's go ahead and create ourselves a code block and add in that single file. So we'll go ahead and add a code block. Now we have two different choices here. The top one is the all-in-one code block that we can add. And the bottom one, notice with a folder that has a zipper, indicates that we can upload a project in its entirety. For this single file, we're going to choose this top option here, Add Code. I'm going to click inside of Rise to close the code block menu over there, and I'm going to choose Add Code. Now, it wants us to go ahead and paste the HTML code, the all-in-one code, into this section here. So let's go get that from our index file. So I'll go back here, we will double-click, and then I'm going to click on my index. As you can see, we have a preview, but we need the code that's inside of this file. Now, in order to edit an HTML file, one really easy way that allows you to do it on pretty much any computer is to right-click on it and open with Notepad. Now I have a Notepad that has our style, which is our CSS, our body, which is our HTML content, as well as our script, which is our JavaScript code, which does all of the things we want it to do. You'll see that the body is the general content of our HTML, but you'll see that everything is wrapped in an HTML wrapper. So now that we have all of this visible, I'm going to Control A to select everything, Control C to copy, and then let's hop back over into Rise. Inside of Rise, I'm going to select the code block section on the left-hand side. I'm going to Control V to paste. And now I'll click into Rise and close that code block window on the left. And you can see we have our content and we have our modal. So HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are all working in this particular example. So now let's see what it's like to upload the multi-file. So I'm going to scroll down here to my multi-file upload. I'm going to add in a new code block. So I'll go to my block library here. We will choose code. And this time we're going to choose upload project. So I'm going to click the project. And then we'll click inside of Rise to close the block library menu on the left-hand side and choose upload project. We'll select upload. And then let's navigate to where our project file is. So I will go to our project file, projects in Rise, multi-file template, and there's nothing there. Well, the reason there's nothing there is, I'm sure some of you have seen it, you saw this coming, there's no zip file. We didn't put them all together yet. So let's open up that folder in a browser window, and let's do that. So I'm just going to switch over to our folder here, and we will open up our multi-file template, and we've got all three of these pieces here. Now, any and all files that you have for your project will be selected and compressed into a zip file. Now, in this case, all we have is 3 files, and I will select all 3 of those files, right-click, and choose Compress to Zip File. Now, our naming can sometimes get a little bit goofy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to be multi. In this particular case, what you name the compressed file doesn't really matter. The most important is that you leave these other 3 named exactly like they are here. Index, script, and style, all lowercase. Okay, we've got our multi-zip compressed file. And now I'm going to jump back over into Rise, and I didn't close anything down, so I'm still in that upload project window, and you will see that we now have an item that we can upload. If you closed out of everything, just go back through that process, select upload, and navigate to the file. All right, I'm going to select the multi-file and hit open. It's going to take a minute or 2 here and upload that content, and we'll give it a second and then test it out. And there we are. We have the exact same outcome, only we uploaded an all-in-one file, and we also zipped up all 3 of the individual files together. All right, so today we covered using Articulate Rise and the 2 different ways we can take our vibe-coded code and get it into our project. So if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions, as always, make sure you put them in the comments, give us a like, subscribe, and make sure you check out our website at vibedojo.ninja. So until next time, you guys take care, and we'll vibe again soon.